It's time for Did You Watch It?
How does this show work? We watch what we like, we talk about what we watched, and maybe you'll like what you hear. I'm Liz.
And I'm Neil. Last night we watched episode 2 of The Bachelor Season 18. The show aired on Monday, January 13th, 2014. Here's what we thought about it. It was an interesting evening.
It was. We learned some new terminology.
Yes, and we learned, we learned a little bit more about fashion than we really wanted to know, about what's in, what's not. What's
being worn, what isn't.
Exactly. We had to establish that Lucy did not bring bikini tops to the mansion.
No, she did not.
Not at all. She just decided that was just a huge waste of time.
It was, and it was barely a bottom at that.
Correct. Props to Lucy.
Yes.
We started with a date with Claire.
Without the baby.
Thankfully.
Sans belly.
So now, don't they film this thing in like July or August?
Yes.
Where does snow come from?
So I know you're new to The Bachelor, so you don't understand what all goes into.
Yes, please enlighten me.
All of these dates, but the dates are basically over the top, just whatever can be, fantasy, reality, but more fantasy than reality. Yeah, there will be helicopters and private jets and all that kind of stuff. And so the
Transformers.
Yes. So the fake snow is totally in line with...
But was it fake?
I think so, because they were in bikinis at one point. And
right, but remember, she breathed and she I can see my breath. There it is.
That was because it was nighttime.
Okay.
Yeah, but
all
right. She's standing there in a bikini and going shivering, but she's saying, why am I shivering? Because it's California. So, yeah.
All right. So, then, they did the hot tub. When did they do the skating, the ice skating?
That was kind of in the middle.
That was in the middle. Okay.
Yes.
It was kind of like interspersed in there, and yeah. Note to Claire, work on your thigh muscles.
Yes.
Because
she kept doing
she was doing that whole wishbone fall,
splits or something.
But when she got her rose, unlike Charlene, she did answer the question correctly.
Yes, she did.
There was enthusiasm. There was appreciation.
There was no hesitation. There was no...
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was like, yes, absolutely.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And then we move on to the date with Kat. They chartered a plane.
They did. It was awesome.
Yes, exactly. However, not being judgmental, I don't know if it's necessarily my age or my style. Absolutely no way would I be caught dead in what Juan Pablo was wearing.
Yes.
And then to find out that they're running a 5K.
Yeah, no, if I showed up to a date trying to look, my best with the hair and the makeup and everything.
Hey, baby, we're going on our first date, and I'm going to dress like Tron,
exactly.
And we're going to run a 5K.
And he shows up and gives me some neon shorts and a sports bra.
Right.
I'm basically saying...
Because I seriously, when he pulled up that hanger with the clothes on it, it's like, oh my God, they're going to Santa Anita.
Yeah, no.
And she's going to ride a horse.
It did look like a jockey outfit. Oh my God.
I mean, my goodness. But, it was a party. It was energy. It was excitement. It was enthusiasm.
It was dance music.
It was dance
awesome.
music. It was wonderful.
It was rabid Bachelor fans.
Yes, exactly. El Bachelor.
Of which I am one.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, and then the group date, where we had basically all the remainder, except for Danielle, Amy, and Charlene.
Okay, yes.
And, of course, Lucy has to flash the interviewer. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah, I did. How could you miss that big black bar?
I know. It's like more black bars tonight than I have seen all series. But
the group date.
The group date.
Which is basically, for you, as an intro, this is your first group date that you've ever seen, I'm sure.
Right.
Group dates are kind of madness and mayhem. It's girls competing for each other. There's usually crying at some point.
Oh, yeah.
There's like, he's spending more time with her, and how do I get him to talk to me and not to her, and how do I win this? Sometimes there's competitions involved.
Right. And it's also the opportunity for the corporate or the nonprofit plug to,
yes.
It's typically,
exactly.
Even though I'm not a Bachelor aficionado, I am not a stranger to the reality genre, and I've seen this type of thing before, and I'm sure, given the length of time that The Bachelor's been on the air, this is not surprising. So.
It's not, and that's something that I enjoy about The Bachelor is they want to also give back.
Yes, give back.
Yes.
And it's not all about the taking.
No.
Where they did save themselves was the fact that they did choose Lucy for the fire hydrant.
Yes.
That was funny.
That was brilliant. Because of all
there.
people, Lucy would never want to be confined to a fire hydrant.
Exactly. But the whole thing with Andy and Elise with the cardboard. We got rid of one first grade teacher last week, the one that was helping out Lauren.
Yes.
Okay.
So sweet.
So, the two people out of all of these ladies who would, really wouldn't necessarily feel that being naked on national television was a positive. You pick the attorney and you pick the first grade teacher.
But I just think, honestly, it goes back to my theory about Juan Pablo. I just think he's got the hots for Andy. So I think he just wanted to put her in the naked position.
I think
so
the producers
he could kind of check out the goods.
I think the producers have the hots for
I know
Andy.
I know you have your theories, but I still think
skeptic.
it's Juan Pablo, and I still think it's his choice.
He may have his input, but I think final
He's
decision.
the Bachelor.
But once again, the producers. It's about the show.
I know. But he chooses the one-on-one dates. He chooses who he wants to get to know a little better.
Right.
And I'm thinking he's choosing who's going to be in the bikini, and he's choosing who's going to have the placard.
Okay, but then then we have to go to the rose. Excuse me, the rose for that evening, and I'm shooting fast. Don't worry, we're going to come back.
Oh, we're going to come back
We're absolutely
because there
come
is
back.
way too much to talk about with the group date.
The fact that Kelly got the rose for being a quote-unquote good sport.
Yes.
Okay.
The spotted dog. She was a good sport.
She was a very good sport. But you know what? Do you really see any of the other 12 actually going to that extent for this charity, especially given the fact that Kelly brought her dog to the show?
But we love Molly.
No, I love Molly too. Molly is so cute. I want to give
Molly a rose.
Exactly. No, I'm all for Molly. I'm just saying that there's a bit of...
I get it.
Stacking the deck here.
I get it. Okay, I didn't really actually think about that till you brought it up.
I think about these things, and I guess, I'm sorry. Renee, she is... I think
awesome.
She's awesome.
Kind.
Yes.
Loving. Supportive.
I love her. If I wasn't taken, I'd be there. But I think she's money for the final three.
She is. Absolutely.
Think she's money for the final three. And
I just keep liking her more and more each episode.
Each week. And she was looking good that night. I'm just saying.
Oh, in the formal wear? She looked beautiful.
She was looking very tender vittles, as we used to call it back in the day.
Tender vittles?
Tender vittles.
What the heck? Oh my god.
And we also reaffirmed that Lucy just loves to get naked.
Lucy loves to get naked.
More power to her.
She's just a free bird.
So now we have to go. Now we go to the after party. Okay?
Yes.
Cassandra has a son. We find out.
Okay. Yes.
I'm a little concerned. Why'd she wait?
Well, I think she's young. She's 21. I think she just was nervous. She didn't know how to really tell him. That first day at the cocktail party is not the time to really kind of break that stuff out. She's just hoping to get a little one-on-one time with him anyway.
Okay.
So I think she waited until she felt a little more comfortable. And as you could see in the footage, she's still totally nervous.
Oh yeah. We almost had another Lauren.
No.
Another Lauren H.
We could never have...
We can never have. I know.
Lauren H. Let's just get that straight.
We must pay homage to Lauren H., the mineral coordinator from Edmond, Oklahoma.
Yes. But, we're taking donations for her therapy.
Absolutely. Victoria.
Oh, Lord.
All
Victoria.
Right. Victoria crashed and burned like the Hindenburg.
Oh, she didn't just crash and burn. She just ignited.
I mean, it was epic.
It was
an epic meltdown.
Beyond ridiculous.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard for the ones that follow to top that performance.
Yeah, no, I think that will go down in Bachelor history as one of the worst displays of drunken, slurred behavior and crazy crying over not getting time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So special award to Victoria.
Yes. And I also learned some new terminology tonight.
Yes.
Because forgive me, but I didn't realize it was called the Hyman maneuver.
Yes, the Hyman maneuver.
Yes.
I would love to see that demonstrated.
I would kind of like to see that demonstrated myself.
That would be very educational,
Yeah.
and I think there should be a PSA.
Yes. And very painful, probably.
Probably.
At the same time.
Probably, but you get it out of the way, one and done.
Oh my gosh. And I love the way she just kept insisting. I'm not drunk. This is how I am sober. I'm just totally fun.
I'm just totally fun, except for today. The quote, I'm not a dog, I'm just a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of clever, but it's
in the
just,
context, it kind of trickled off.
Yeah.
Like,
I wasn't into it. Let's talk a little bit more about Victoria. I know we're going to kind of jump ahead.
Yes,
but
let's go.
I loved the fact that Juan Pablo was so non-judgmental of her.
Right.
He didn't put her down. He didn't make fun of her or take any of those easy roads that
of course
any
not.
one of us might have taken in that moment.
Right,
As a viewer, I know I might have taken that road.
Right, but everybody's watching.
Exactly.
See,
but
if the cameras were off, it's like, my dad.
I know, but
Yeah.
It was cool that he responded the way that he did, that he went back to her the next day and gave her the courtesy of that conversation.
Yeah.
But also said, it's not just me. I'm 32 years old. I'm at this place in my life. I have a daughter to think.
I have Camila.
Camila with the eye, with the big eye.
With the
and
big eye
big
and the big circle
on
the top of the eye.
So cute.
So we have one-on-one time.
Yes.
Amy went first.
Yes.
And I really think that interview just kind of blew it for her.
Well, the whole thing, we've seen this before. We, meaning us Bachelor fans, not you.
Right.
We've seen this before where we have people come on the show who have somewhat of a hidden agenda. Mm-hmm. Who comes to mind is Wes. He, had to sing the song to Ashley. And Ashley? I think that was her name.
Okay.
I'll have to check that. Ashley, and, that was his song, and then he had a single, of course, that came out of that song, and blah, blah, blah.
Really?
This just had audition all over it. Like, she wanted a job on Extra or something.
Right.
And wanted this to be her way in, so, yeah.
I want Hasselbeck's seat.
It was just kind of cheesy, and I totally lost respect for her.
Yeah.
Because it was like, you're not here to get to know this guy, you're here to get a job.
Get a job.
Yeah.
Exactly. Charlene's apology. I didn't buy it.
You didn't?
I didn't buy it.
Why?
I thought it was rather canned. I understand that given the circumstance, given the situation, it's very difficult to improve on a negative first impression.
Yeah.
But but it just seemed like she felt like she had to make that apology. And it totally came across like an apology that she had to make.
Okay, here's my take on that.
Okay.
I know we're not experts in who Charlene is yet.
Correct.
It's only been 3 episodes, so we've just barely started to scratch the surface.
Right.
But from what I can tell about her, I think she's one of these very poised people and wants to just articulate everything a certain way. Mm-hmm. And I felt like her apology was genuine, but it was her apology. You know what I mean?
Okay.
She apologized a little differently than I think anybody else would have.
Gotcha.
I think she genuinely felt bad. I mean, she used the term ungracious, which I thought was great. Mm-hmm. But it really was. She just really felt that was ungracious of her not to really be excited to get it. But she just wanted to explain that she was completely caught off guard. And you could tell that from the footage, too.
Exactly.
Because also, she was just saying, a room full of women, it's the first night, there's 27 of them.
And that's the thing, it was ungracious. At no time during the apology did I really get the feeling that her opinion of the process of Juan Pablo had changed at all.
Really?
She was still kind of not knowing where she was, how she was feeling about him. But she just didn't want to get eliminated.
Okay, I guess I'll give you that. Okay, I get that. But I think we're going to see a lot more from her coming up.
Right.
Not only just from the previews that we've seen and the flashes.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see a little bit more.
Yeah, we're going to see a little more. But he just had such a reaction to her and Andy, that were the two that he just had huge reaction to that first night. So I think we're going to see a lot more of that.
And in my opinion, Cassandra needs to go home.
But Cassandra's so cute.
I know, and the meltdowns, I know,
but
she's never really
young.
feel.
She's 21. She's thrust into the situation.
And how long are we going to excuse her because she's 21?
I know, but we're only 3 episodes in. Yeah. I think she just needs to spend a little more time with him. I think as we go through the process, I think she'll feel a little more confident about it.
Okay, but you think if she lasts to the final, she's going to get any better?
No, I don't think she's going to last till the final 3.
Okay, see, so there you go.
But I think she's going to go for a few more weeks, honestly.
Okay, because we really don't have that many more weeks.
I know, but
only because of the Olympics and because of things.
I get that,
schedule.
but I like Renee. Just don't want her to have any regrets.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that she sticks it out and just gets a chance to get to know him a little bit, and maybe open herself up to a new experience.
Right. I like Renee. I love Renee. I think Juan Pablo really likes Nikki.
Yes. There's an obvious
really likes Nikki.
Chemistry there, yeah. But I think he does respect Renee and likes Renee as well. Mm-hmm. And I like that he got to see kind of a glamorous side of her in this episode, because I think he was, before she was kind of very fresh-faced, not a lot of makeup,
exactly.
Very mom-like, very nurturing, and then he got to see this just sexy side of her too.
Yeah. And I'd be very curious to see, because Nikki is a very attractive woman. She's younger. She's a nurse. Mm-hmm. She loves children.
She's a pediatric nurse, right?
She's a pediatric nurse. So all of these wonderful things that are going for her. In the case of Renee, Renee's a little older.
Yes.
Renee has children, and she's also incredibly attractive.
Yes. And very kind.
She's kind, she's nurturing, she's
caring,
intelligent.
About everybody.
It's like she can banter back and forth with him and really relate to him. So I guess the question becomes, does Juan Pablo select a woman he believes will be a good match for his daughter, or a good match for his daughter and him?
Oh, I think he's definitely going to go for the good match for his daughter and him.
Yeah.
Because he talks about Camila as being a priority, but he also says, this is my life and this is my daughter.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think he's definitely looking for someone that he can be in love with as well, not just a mother for his daughter, or not really a mother, but a wife.
We had the rose ceremony, the 3 from earlier.
Yes.
And
because they're safe.
Because they're safe. We said goodbye to Amy, of course.
Yes.
So she can go
get a job.
Victoria, she can go start her program.
Yes.
And Chantel, which we didn't hear much from.
We didn't. And I know she was really bummed to be going home.
Yeah. And it was...
So that was kind of sad.
It was kind of sad, yeah. Very little airtime. Didn't really get to know her too much. So, good luck to the 3 of them.
Yes.
Wherever they end up.
And before we sign off... Can we just have an honorable mention for the awesome M&M's commercial with Juan Pablo? Ay, yellow.
Ay, yellow.
I just thought that was so cute and so funny.
Yes.
So I love it.
Ice. That's, that's great. Next week, I'm sure that Charlene is definitely going to make her presence known.
Yes, from what we can see in the preview, so I'm excited about that.
And, there's going to be some more kissing.
Some more kissing and some more hurt feelings over the kissing.
Which I totally don't understand.
Yeah,
to this day,
exactly.
I still don't get it.
I know. It seems like you would get that going into it, but I think once you're there, you're like, oh my God.
He's kissing
He's kissing somebody else.
Really?
He's supposed to be dating me.
But what? He's dating you and these other 12 women.
Exactly.
That's our time for today. Now we'd like to hear what you thought about it. You can comment, tweet, like, or just tell a friend. Thank you for listening.